I bought a bunch of T. Kingfisher books. So I've kind of lost track over the last few months. I feel like I haven't been filming as consistently, so you guys might not know, but I think T. Kingfisher has become my new favorite author. She is just so brilliant and her writing is so fun and so clever and both dark and cozy at the same time, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So I just don't know how much I've updated you guys over on here. I know I've been posting about it on Instagram, but in the last less than 6 months, I read Paladin's Grace, which was the first book that I read by T. Kingfisher. I did this one on audio and then I did the rest of the series, and I'm absolutely obsessed with these. This book told me like, yeah, I think you're really, really gonna love this author. And then I read Nettle and Bon on audio by T. Kingfisher, and I was like, yes, the vibes of both of these, immaculate. And then after reading Nettle and Bon, I read the other 3 books in the Saint of Steel series, and I loved all of them. So I've read 5 T. Kingfisher books in the last like 4 months, and I've loved all of them. They are incredible. And then for Christmas, I got A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, which I will be reading in the month of February. I'm honestly really having to hold myself back to not start it right now. I've very much had a craving, but so T. Kingfisher has very quickly become one of my favorite authors. And I had listened to all of the Saint of Steel books on audio, and I noticed that they were starting to sell out online from certain retailers, or they were being priced super high for the paperbacks. And I know that Swordheart is being re-released, and I was talking to somebody about the fact that Swordheart being re-released in this fancy deluxe hardcover edition might be indicative that the Saint of Steel books might be being re-released, but I really like these current covers. So anyway, long story short, I bought a bunch of T. Kingfisher books, so let's do a bit of a haul. I had some gift cards. I'm not working at the moment and I don't have a ton of space, so I really shouldn't be buying any books. I had gift cards. That is how I paid for this. I did not spend any money out of pocket. But anyway, I acquired some things. Let's do a haul, and then I want to talk to you a little bit more. It is also worth noting that I no longer work for Indigo and I don't have any more gift cards from them. So my hope there is a small indie bookstore that's not far from me, and from now on I will be buying from them. I've done some pre-orders because of my discount, but I no longer work there. I no longer have the discount. They're not a company that I want to be giving my money to anymore. So from now on, most of the time I will be acquiring books from a local indie bookstore, which I'm really excited for. Anyway, back to it. So first, I got Clockwork Boys. Let me haul everything and then I'll explain the context. But first, I got Clockwork Boys. And then in the big box, we have The Wonder Engine, Paladin's Strength, Paladin's Hope, and Paladin's Faith. Let's get into it. The reason I collected this series specifically, Paladin's Strength, Paladin's Hope, and Paladin's Faith, I've already listened to on audio. I loved them and I wanted to add them to my quote-unquote trophy shelf. So to go along with Paladin's Grace, I now have all 4 books that are out in the series so far. I loved all of them so much. I'll do a deep dive video talking about these guys in more detail. But I also acquired Clockwork Boys and The Wonder Engine because these 2 books, based on my understanding of this, based on just the title, these seem to exist in the same universe as the Saint of Steel books, and I believe they are talking about like the Clocktaur Wars and stuff, and I could be wrong, but those are mentioned in this series, so I really, really wanted to read these. I feel like, especially in Paladin's Faith, they kind of allude to a couple that I think is going to be the couple in these books. And then I have pre-ordered Swordheart in the Fancy Special Edition because it's pretty. So I pre-ordered Swordheart, which I didn't know when I pre-ordered it, but now I've learned is also part of this series. So my understanding is that chronologically, it's these 2, and then Swordheart, and then this series. So I'm going to be reading them kind of out of order, but I'm so excited for that. And then Nettle and Bon, of course, is a separate standalone that I've already read. And A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, I believe, also is just its own thing. It's a middle grade. I'm super, super excited for it. But anyway, that is the haul. I would love to do more of a deep dive into T. Kingfisher once my Swordheart copy comes in, I want to do kind of a full T Kingfisher deep dive over on YouTube, and I'd love to do some reviews about these guys, talk about my thoughts, because oh my god, they're so incredible. Anyway, we're at 6 minutes, but I truly like ranking which one is my favorite was they're so good. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna cut myself off there, but that is my haul. I genuinely have no idea how I'm going to fit all of these on my shelf. I don't have space for these, but I'm so excited and I can't wait to keep reading T Kingfisher, and I can't wait to do more of a deep dive with you guys later. But anyway, we're at like 6 minutes, so I'm gonna cut myself off, but I am very happy. This was a lovely little Christmas gift to myself, and I just no idea where they're gonna go, but very excited to have them.